Hey, welcome back, Elyson. We're here for another interview. In these interviews, they're podcast-style interviews. I'm interviewing local Elyson residents. They live right here in Elyson, and they own a business. We're going to hear how did they start their business, and so on and so forth. Today, I have the pleasure of having Andres Rivera here. He owns a local driving academy right here in Cypress, and he, of course, is an Elyson resident. If you'd like to support another Elyson business, or you want to see the previous podcasts that we've done, we have them all on our YouTube channel. Feel free to check them out. And if you know somebody else that we could bring onto the platform as well, don't hesitate to drop a name in the comments or DM me with a message there to get them on this platform as well. Again, all about supporting locals so that when you are shopping for a product and or service, if there's a local resident here that is supplying that, we'd love to give them the double thumbs up and give them our business. So today, we have Andres Rivera here with us.
Hello.
Tell us, Andres, where are you from and how did you end up here in Elyson?
Of course, yes. I'm originally from Cypress, Texas.
Cypress, long ways away.
Right? Basically born and raised down in Cypress. I attended Cypress Falls High School. And then eventually we made our way into Katy, Elyson, because of my wife wanted to be in Katy ISD.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's ultimately what got you to Elyson. But there's a lot of places in Katy.
Yeah.
What did she like about Elyson?
We like the community.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been here since 2019.
Yeah.
And we just liked the community, the diversity, and the location. You know, it's still growing.
Yeah.
Even now, today, it's still growing. So,
For sure.
we wanted to get an early start in a community, I guess you could say.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, glad to have you guys as our neighbors.
Yeah, likewise.
And engaging as well. So I love it. Tell us, though, your early journey there. You went to Cypress. You said Cypress Falls. Is that correct?
Yes.
High school? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do when you got out of high school?
I did a lot of blue collar work, and then eventually I made my way into hot shot trucking,
Okay.
which is like an expedited service
Got it.
in the trucking industry.
So for those of us who don't know what hotshot trucking is, what is that like?
It's like a smaller version of an 18-wheeler, and it's dedicated routes. For example, like when you buy something on a website, you can have it shipped for free, or you can do priority, or you can do overnight.
Okay.
And with each service, it gets a little bit more expensive.
Yep.
So oil fields, construction companies, they do something similar.
Okay.
To where if you can wait 7 days, we'll charge you this rate, but if you need it now,
Yeah.
then it's this rate.
Got
And then
it.
they use like mini floats, smaller versions of 18-wheelers to do that.
So it's kind of like Amazon Prime then for delivering drill bits and other equipment. Is that fair?
Yes,
or what's
correct.
that like?
Yeah. So when construction companies or oil companies want something expedited, whether it be the piping, sometimes it's valves, it could be lots of things. I did a lot of waterworks stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so fire hydrants, all the pipe that goes underneath these communities,
Yep.
whether it's sewage or just regular water, anything to do, manholes,
Lots of different deliveries of all sorts of different things.
all sorts of different
Interesting.
things. Yeah.
So I'm assuming you have to have a CDL license to do something like that. Is that
Correct.
fair? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So extra license. And,
Yeah, I still have it.
all of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So how long did you do that for then?
I did that for a good 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
3 to 4 years.
And how did you find that business? Was it something that you worked for a company or did you?
A buddy
your
of
own?
mine was actually a broker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Okay.
he still is. And we talked about the opportunity of coming on. And so it was kind of an easy, when you have a broker, it's, they take a percentage, but it's constant work
Got
that
it.
they give you.
They're constantly keeping you busy, keeping you fed, right?
And then from there, you can branch off.
Got it.
eventually.
So did you end up finding some, repeat business or other business that
Yeah.
called you back, basically?
Yeah.
Good. Very good. And then from there, what did you end up doing after that?
So then from there, I sold everything and I opened up the driving school. It was an easy transition because I was already a part-time driving instructor for my mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Cypress Creek Driving Academy was founded by my mom.
Okay.
In I
Got
think
you.
2010, 11.
Oh, wow. So it's kind of a family business of sorts.
It is a family business.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my mom and all of my siblings are driving instructors.
Okay.
And most of us have our own location that we own and manage.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how many family members have a location and kind of whereabouts are they?
My brother has 2 locations, one up in Spring, Texas, and then one out in Baytown, Texas.
Okay.
My mom has a location in Willowbrook area, 1960, close to 249.
Yep.
And then I have mine in Cypress, Texas.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Cool to see that. So she started the first one? Is
Yes,
that fair?
correct, yeah.
And is it like a franchise, or did she create everything ground up, or how did that work?
She started it ground up, and it
Interesting.
is a franchise.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, yeah.
Good. So she gave you a few pointers then to starting your own, or you started helping her first, you said?
Yeah, so
What did
it
that
was,
look like?
like I said, it was an easy transition because I was already doing I was already in the car teaching and
Okay.
in a classroom environment
Okay.
and in the car. And then I had already kind of known the background to it. I guess I helped her, right?
Okay.
So whenever she was doing the paperwork and all the legalities and what's needed and how to structure yourself and with insurance and all that good stuff. So it was an easy transition, I will say. Yeah.
Into starting your own, you're saying? Or what? Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now the hard part was that I did sign the lease March of 2020.
Whew.
Yeah.
What a month to pick to start the lease.
Yeah. I didn't want to say no or hold off because of COVID, because as you know, I'm a millennial, so we went through the Y2K and other events where like nothing happened. So I didn't want that to stop me. And then of course, we got shut down. We were non-essential. But then thankfully I was able to lean back on my CDL and go work for a company 3 months or whatever it was until we became essential again and we could open back up.
Back to it.
Yeah.
Wow, so what an upset. Like you start March of 2020, you open, you're like, boom, gonna go gun ho.
Yeah.
And the world shut down.
The world shut down. Yeah. People were wearing astronaut suits at the
Your new business is no longer needed for the time being, at least, right?
Yeah. It was a little scary.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
I had just bought the house and my wife was pregnant.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a little stressful.
So you bought a house, you got probably a much larger monthly payment, I'm gonna guess, with your house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess you invested some money into your business to get started, right? Did you have to do a whole build out of the location you were at? Or
No, I got lucky. It was actually a driving school before I took over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the build out was already in my favor. Yeah.
So I know now that post 2020, you're 6 years in, you've made it, right?
Yeah.
But also like in the back of your brain, you might be thinking like it was a driving school and they failed, right? Did you ever like have a nervousness of like, I might not make it here?
I did have a little bit of nervousness and doubts. But I talked to the neighbors at the shopping center.
Okay.
And, I got some information that I thought was critical. Like, it was more of a part-time gig for them.
Oh,
like, I think they were educators, and they were just doing this after 3:30, like 3:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
And then, they were not really honoring the business hours from what I heard.
I see.
And so that could break a business real quick. Even an established business, if people go to your establishment and you say you're open and you're not open, they're just going to go somewhere else.
They're going to lose trust. They're not going to come back. You're not
Rightfully
gonna get the
so.
referrals. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, that kind of gave me the confidence to know, well, I know my work ethic and I know I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
And that kind of gave me the confidence I needed to just say, let's go.
And that's awesome too that you had your family to bounce ideas off of.
Correct.
And say like, hey, like, what do you think of this and that?
Yeah, because it even comes down to like the vehicles, right? We stick with Toyota.
Yeah. I'm having all sorts of problems with my unnamed brands of cars right now. So I hear you. Toyota is probably the way to go.
Yeah, they're built to last. They're reliable
For sure.
And so there's a lot of decisions that I made just based off of the blueprint that my mom had been using prior to, and I think that's one of the reasons why it was successful and it was successful smoothly, even though giving the COVID and all that, I feel like it was the best case scenario.
But even though it was built out, I'm gonna guess you still have to buy a car, you have to buy supplies, you have to buy computers and whatnot
Yeah.
to get in there. You spend all that money and then boom, immediately.
Yeah.
3
There's a
months
lot
of-
of licenses and regulations, as you could imagine.
Yeah, okay.
And then we do
Licenses
get,
too.
we get audited quite frequently.
Oh, really?
Rightfully so, yeah.
Okay.
To make sure we're doing everything we're supposed to, legally and ethically, of course.
Okay.
So,
Very good.
Yeah, it was a lot of money that was invested, but
Yeah. Okay. So fast forward 3 months, the government starts to crack open again in the summertime of 2020, and you became essential again? Or-
yeah, I became essential again. And like any new business, in the beginning, it's slow. You only have, a handful of students.
Okay.
Um,
How did you get your name out into the public and knowing where you were?
Mainly, honestly, well, through social media. you
Yeah.
know?
Okay.
Social media, Instagram, Facebook.
What's your handle on Instagram, and for those of you people who want to come follow you? It's pretty cool stuff. He's got good videos on there.
Yeah, it's normally at Cypress Creek Driving Academy.
Okay.
It's pretty long.
Yeah.
And then now I have a TikTok, and I think that has a little bit more traction.
Yeah.
That one is Drive with Dre.
Drive with Dre.
Drive with Dre.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and you'll see the logo. That one was more as an educational thing. Now I have gotten some business from it, but it was more to teach the average parent little tips and tricks that they could use with their kids.
Okay.
It was more of to help, or a new instructor that's not experienced.
Yep.
Teach him things that'll make his life a lot easier that I wish I would have had. But yeah, so it was more for educational reasons. Now I have gotten some business, like I said, from it, but that wasn't my main purpose. It was more
Yeah.
like to educate the average parent. Like,
Yeah.
you got to be a good driver and a good teacher and be patient.
Yeah. That's good. So you bring up a good point, right? What do you see are like maybe the biggest or most important things that a parent could be doing that you don't see most parents doing if they're not a professional instructor?
Number one is actually take the time to practice. As parents, we have multiple kids.
Okay.
We have sometimes multiple jobs.
Yep.
We have to be a husband, we have to be a dad, we have to be a friend, we have to be a son. So, and it's hard for a lot of parents to just find the time to dedicate.
Yep. Set it aside.
Set it aside, even if it's just 30 minutes a day.
Okay.
That could be challenging for some families.
Yeah.
And I think that's the number one thing
Okay.
that I see is that the parent will say we're going to do it on Monday, and then Monday comes around and the teenager will ask,
Yeah.
and the dad's like, I'm tired. Rightfully
or I'm
so.
busy, or I got
Or
something come up.
sometimes the kid is, oh, I forgot I had a date with my friend, or I forgot I have practice,
Yeah.
football practice,
Yeah.
cheerleading practice.
Sure.
And so it gets put off. That's the number
Okay.
one thing. The number two thing is being able to be a good teacher. Even though some of us are good drivers.
Yeah.
Not all of us can teach.
Yeah,
Some of us
yeah.
get frustrated. And I don't know why kids with their parents seem to be a little bit more nervous
Okay.
for some reason. You would think they'd be more nervous
Sure.
with a stranger, right?
Sure.
But it's actually the opposite, particularly dads. Yeah.
Okay.
That they get
We
scared.
put the pressure on the kids.
Yeah, they get scared to make a mistake because you're driving dad's $40,000 truck.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and then sometimes if you make a mistake, we'll yell or we will scold. And I did this, even though I'm a driving instructor, I did this with my own two kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and my wife was like, why don't you have the same level of patience? I don't know why. Maybe the expectation's a little bit higher.
Okay.
Or maybe I feel like I don't have to be as professional. You're my kid. Like,
Yeah,
get
right.
with it now.
Right.
Yeah. And so that's the main thing, those two. Finding the time to set aside for it, right? And then two, when they make a mistake, not yelling or getting too spooked, right?
Sure.
Or sometimes parents will be like so anxious that it kind of rubs off on the new driver, and they're like, "You're making me nervous because you're nervous."
Right.
Stuff like that. Just learning how to maintain a calm environment and starting slow.
Okay.
Starting slow. Start off in a parking lot, a big parking lot at your local church or high school, and then transition into a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Don't just start in a neighborhood. Don't just start on the freeway. I don't recommend that.
No.
Yeah.
That's how my grandpa taught me first. It's like, let's just get on the freeway. I was like, oh, I was so scared.
yeah. Rightfully so. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and I like watching your TikToks too. That's where I found you on there too. And it's like, you got so many good pointers, like pull up to a stoplight. How do you know if your nose is behind the line or not? Like look at the mirror and the line and other stuff. Little tips that he gives on stuff like that. Or watching the idle green light up ahead, knowing like, hey, you need to be potentially slowing down if you have to brake or that kind of stuff. Or hey, passing the blind spot, like where do you see, oh, both lights are in the mirror, now I know I can check my blind spot and move over. Little things like that you point out that I think parents, I forgot about. I just do instinctively. I don't communicate always.
Yeah, and the way I teach now is completely different from the way I taught 15 years ago, because I've been doing this for 15 years. So back then it was more of a generic way of teaching.
Okay.
Versus now, I have to get to know my student. What type of personality do you have?
Okay.
What are your strong suits? What are not your strong suits? So I can tailor my way of teaching to your way of learning, basically.
Sure. Interesting.
That, and then I also now, it can be challenging, but I try to incorporate defensive driving as much as I can versus just the basic driver's ed.
We need it in Houston. That's
for
sure.
And so that could be challenging, but it's needed, like I said. The book says to stop at the stop sign for 3 seconds and then go. Or as you're braking and coming up, you can start looking. You can start studying what kind of intersection is this. Is this a four-way? Is this a T? Does everybody have a stop sign? Who has the right of way? These are things they should be doing before they even get to the intersection. Versus the new driver gets there and then they start doing that. And then it's like honk, honk, honk.
Right.
And they're like, they're not waiting. And I'm like, they're
and the guy who pulls up to the stop sign after you thinks you're just being nice and letting him go, and then you have this weird communication, right? It doesn't quite work practically in Houston.
No, Houston's a little bit different.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good. No, I love that for sure. So talk to us then about your clientele. Do you have all high school students, or what does that look like, your mix of students?
So no, we teach quite a bit of adults now.
Oh, really?
More than in the past.
Really?
Yes. Okay. I think that a lot of 16 and 15-year-olds are waiting.
Okay.
Maybe the parents are waiting, maybe it's mutual.
Okay.
But they're waiting to be maybe more mature, maybe they don't need it as much as we did.
Okay.
Right? Because for us it was a sense of freedom, right?
Yeah, we didn't have FaceTime. We couldn't call our friends and see them on the phone. We had to drive to their house, right?
You didn't have FaceTime, you didn't have Uber Eats, Uber, DoorDash. No, you had to go down to the local Sonic, you had to drive there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they just have a lot of things we didn't have. So that might be a reason for it.
Okay.
Of course, the cost of insurance. A lot of parents have told me that was a big factor in them waiting.
Yeah.
So they were 18 because they needed the child to contribute financially to help pay for that insurance premium, which, as we all know, has grown quite a bit. The insurance premiums have gone up a lot.
Yes, for sure.
So it used to be that, majority, like 80% of our business was all underage teenagers, minors, high school students. But that's no longer the case. I would say it's about 50-60% minors, and the rest is adults.
Okay.
And I don't mean like 18-year-olds. We get a lot of 25, 29, 30, 35, 50.
How do people not drive for 25 years?
A lot of these people were stay-at-home lives.
Okay.
And then unfortunately something happened, some life-changing event, like the husband passed away.
Okay.
And now they had to learn how to.
Got it.
A lot of people, other people, move from other states that have amazing public transportation.
Okay.
Like I hear
That's a good point.
Parts of California, a lot of northern states, New York, even like Austin, or I guess Houston. If you live in the city, you could use the metro.
Yeah.
Kind of sketchy, but
you
could do it. But you could do it. So they moved from a lot of places that they had great
easy access to getting around. Yeah.
or their job was they could work from home.
Okay.
And then, now they want them to meet in the office once a day.
I see.
And so those Uber fees start to really stack up.
Right.
So they start learning like, oh man, I need to just learn how to do this.
And if you're out in Cypress, you're more towards the burbs, right? You can't just walk to the local grocery store or pick up food. You got to drive.
You have to drive.
So I'm sure you get people who move out from easy access to maybe a place where you have to drive. So.
And then of course we have those professionals, doctors and engineers and stuff that come from other countries.
Okay.
Right? India, the UK, China, all over. They come from other places.
Do the international licenses not transfer to Texas, or how does that work?
No, they don't. So in Texas, actually, you can be here with any driver's license from any country or even another state for only 30 days.
Oh, really?
If you stay after 30 days, they consider that you're going to just go ahead and stay here, and you need to get your Texas driver's license.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Texas is one of the more stricter states with their licensing.
Huh.
Yeah, they actually will not reciprocate certain states' licenses. Like if you come from a license from, let's just say, California, they want you to go ahead and just take our test.
And I know a lot of Californians have moved over here into Elyson. And they're always shocked by the property taxes, right? It always gets everyone here.
Yeah.
They're super high for sure. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. So
and
they would have to go through and
they'll ask you. That's why when you get pulled over, the officer asks you, "How long you been here?" And if you say more than 30 days, then they'll give you a citation.
Got it.
Yeah. And if you say, "Oh, I've just been here for a week," they know. They'll tell you,
I see.
"All right, well, you have 30 days." And then after that, you'll need a Texas driver.
Now, do they have to go through the full training, practice hours, and all that stuff as everyone else, or do they just take a test?
I think it depends on their age. I have heard some people, and I don't know what this depends on. Some people, they will give you the Texas permit automatically. So even though you had a California license, they'll give you the permit. However, they still want you to do the road test. They're behind the wheel. It only takes like 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
But they just want to make sure you're safe.
Got
enough.
it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Get some hands on. So you actually do road tests too, not just education?
Yeah, we do everything from the permit testing to the classroom environment where we teach adults and teenagers. We also have an online curriculum that Elyson residents get a discount for.
Oh, cool. There you go.
And then we do at the finish line, that's the finish line. We can also do the DPS road test on behalf of the state. I am also licensed to do that as well.
Interesting. Yeah. So are you, if you get trained by somebody, can you use that same person to do the test, or does it have to be a different person? Like if they do all the classes and the practice driving with you, do you actually do their road test?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do that. I would say 90% of our road tests are actually previous students of mine that come back.
Well, that's nice too, because I know my daughter just got her license, right?
Yeah, congratulations.
She was super nervous. This is a while back, and she was super nervous about taking a road test with a stranger, right? And it's for the first time somebody else is going to have an opinion on how I drive, right? Instead you have somebody you already know and trust, right? That makes a big difference.
That makes a huge difference. They're still nervous, but they're not as on edge as a complete stranger. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. So your car then, is that one of those cars that has the brake on the other side too?
Yeah. So since we are licensed by the state, we do have to have, each instructor has to have their own instructor license separate from a driver's license.
Okay.
And then the vehicles do have to have 2 rearview mirrors.
Okay.
And then we have a dual brake.
Interesting.
Yeah, we do have a brake on our side for safety purposes.
Does Toyota make it that way, or do you have to customize it?
No, everything's customized. You buy the brake on a website, and then you have it professionally installed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Does that most mechanics do that, or is that something you probably have to find one that kind of knows what they're doing? I'm guessing, right?
It's a very simple. Yeah, most mechanics can do it. They just anchor it down to the floorboard.
Yeah.
And then they'll drill a little hole on the edge of the original brake on the driver's side. And it's a metal wire that goes hidden. And so when you brake, it brakes.
Gotcha.
It's super
Simple. Okay.
Yeah, but it is required.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, in terms of services, then I think you've kind of touched on this now already, but you have classroom style education. You have a classroom in your location,
Yeah.
actually. Okay.
Yes.
And then you have the one-on-one trainings. Is that correct?
In the vehicle?
In the vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
And is there anything else there that you offer in terms of that stuff?
And then for kids that are really, really busy, like most teenagers now, they have jobs and they do all kinds of stuff, extracurricular things. We do an online program.
Gotcha.
Where instead of doing the 26 classroom hours on a set schedule at my location physically in Cypress, they can just do it on their phone, right?
Okay. Super
or
convenient.
on a tablet or a computer, laptop, at their own pace.
Okay. That's great.
And so once they complete 6 hours and they do the permit test, all done online, then they go to the DPS, get a permit, and then I can start teaching them in the car.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then you take over from there to licensing.
Yes.
Finished up there. Okay. Very good. Is all your stuff there, or do you go about different places to meet people? I'm assuming you have to keep it all central. Is that?
Yeah. When I first started, shout out to Elyson residents. They were a big part of my success. I do want to add that here.
Really?
I do want to credit a lot of the Elyson residents and families that trusted me to teach their kids, because it's a lot to hand over your baby to a stranger.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a father now, I understand.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really thankful for them. There was a time where business wasn't that great in Cypress.
Okay.
And I believe that this community carried me to the next step to be where I am 6 years later.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so at the time I was able to, I wasn't that busy, so I was able to drive from Elyson and in Elyson and around Katy. But unfortunately I've gotten so busy that everybody now does have to meet me at my Cypress location.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want it to affect the quality of my services, right?
You have appointments back to back. You can't be driving
I
everywhere.
can't drive back and forth anymore like I used to,
keep everything the
unfortunately.
same and make sure you can focus on those same routes, probably, I'm guessing.
But those years, 2020, there was a lot of families here who supported me.
Yeah.
And it kind of pushed me through to get to those hard times.
Yeah. I'm sure it was a tough year. I mean, it was a tough year for a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
Especially businesses like you that are in a tight quarters, having to wear a mask, and everyone's concerned about the unknown at the time, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Difficult.
It's also cool to see my students, like now they're professionals now, man. They graduated college, they're in the workforce. Sometimes I run into their parents at local restaurants or school events, and they remember me and I remember them. It's pretty cool.
It's rewarding, I'm sure.
It's rewarding, yeah.
That's awesome. Very cool. Andres, thanks again so much for coming here on this platform, sharing your story, all that kind of stuff.
Of course. Thank you for having me on here.
Absolutely. If somebody wants to get a hold of you or reach out to you, what's the best way to do that?
The best way to do that is to reach out to my office, because I am bad at getting back to people. I will get back to you, but the best way is to reach out to us, 713-903-9111.
Okay.
And that way my front desk secretary will get back to you right away.
Perfect.
You don't have to wait on me.
Good immediate response.
Yeah.
And get them booked.
Yes,
and
correct.
on to the next thing.
Yeah, we're approaching summer, so we're about to
fantastic.
be very, very busy.
Yeah. No, good. And the social media handles, again, you mentioned them earlier, but do you remember what they
it's
are?
Cypress Creek Driving Academy. I believe that's on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
And then on TikTok, it's Drive with Dre.
Yep.
DRE.
Yep, I'll put them up on the edit here, and definitely check them out. They're fun to watch. He's got those little meta glasses, you know?
So
you can see everything he sees. If you're a parent even looking to teach your own kid, he's got tons of just great content on there.
Yeah.
But certainly support local here, Andres, and give him a call if you guys are looking for somebody to help teach your kid, or if you're looking to get your license yourself. Definitely reach out and touch base.
All right. Yeah. Correct.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you sharing your story.